Well, it's 6:30, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I realize that people may still be coming in, but I just want to make sure to respect everyone's time. And as we get started, I just want to do a quick sound check. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
And can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
All right, looks like we're in good shape. At this time, I'd like you guys to mute your microphone now, and then you guys can unmute it at any time you want to share your thoughts, or you have questions, or questions that I may ask you. Muting your microphone just helps cut down on the background noise, especially for the students who cannot make it for tonight's live session. So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Module 5 live session. Here is an overview of the agenda for tonight's Module 5 live session. We'll start out with introductions. I'll go over live classroom expectations. We will go over important reminders. I'll have check-in, see how things are going. And then we'll dive into some lesson content. We'll be reviewing learning styles and teaching strategies from last week, and then we'll go over some information from this week's reading in Chapter 8. And then we will have time for you guys to ask any questions you might have. And you guys can ask questions throughout the slide too, as I ask you these questions tonight, and any questions that you might have. So I just wanted to share a little bit about myself. You probably know a little bit about me from the last live session. My name is Mike, and I live in Colorado. I am an education supervisor for Head Start program in Denver. My favorite children's book changes from time to time, depending on what my daughter wants me to read for her from night to night. With that being said, she's into these little critter books by Mercer Mayer. If you guys don't know, it's about a little furry rodent-looking animal. I don't know, porcupine, I don't really know what it is, but she likes reading it, and her favorite book is I'm So Mad. It's about learning to control her emotions, and sometimes it feels like sometimes that it's hard to show emotion and expression. So the book I Was So Mad helps clarify how to not act in anger. You know, it's okay to be angry, but just it's all about how you act on it. The book shows how everyone gets frustrated, including the little critter, when his parents yell at him for various infractions and different things like that. It also conveys how a kid feels sometimes being bossed around and hemmed by adults. So yeah, it really helps my daughter because it teaches her that how to regulate her emotions, something that she does struggle with daily. So anyways, that's just a little bit about my favorite book, where I'm from. And now I will open up to everyone who is now online. If you guys don't mind saying who you are, where you live, and what's your favorite children's book and why. And if you are viewing this online, this is a question that you will have to answer.
I'm Damien, and I live in Crete, Illinois. And my favorite childhood book would probably have to be, I would say, Secret Agents by the Backyardigans. And I think The reason why is because my kids loved that when they were growing up. So that's all they wanted to watch. That's all they wanted to read. So every time I looked up, I was either watching the backyardigans or reading it. And it was kind of neat because they used to do all the little songs and things. So that's the book that I probably would say would be the
Well, thank you, Damien, for sharing. I bet you have that book memorized, huh?
favorite. Definitely
Scarred
the
for life.
song. Right.
Uh, yeah, it's interesting. You sometimes get to start reading a book and you know the words all by itself without actually looking at the pages.
Right.
Thanks for sharing, man. Anybody else who would like to share?
Good evening. My name is Lakeisha Dab. I live in Calumet City, Illinois. And my favorite children's book right now is Brown Bear, Brown Bear. And during class, like my kids are excited to say the animals and the noises that they make and match the colors to the animal. So,
Nice. Thanks for sharing, Lakeisha. I like that book too. That's
all right,
another
thanks.
that's another book that it seems like it gets stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Vinette, and I'm from Florida. And actually, my favorite book with my children is the real life pictures with no words. I make it up myself. They enjoy that. They like to point. So,
That's very creative.
yeah, I love those books.
Do you ever have a blank when you're trying to look at a picture?
No, well, the room I'm in is most like the toddlers, so the picture set is all. They show different, I can't say the word, different race, culture, babies, happy faces, mommy and me, and kisses, and the babies love it.
Nice. Well, thank you for sharing, Vinette.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to move on. Thank you all for sharing and welcome tonight. I'm just going to go over briefly some important reminders, upcoming things, check in, and then we'll dive into some content. All right. So as probably most of you guys know, live classroom expectations, if you are attending the live session, which I see who is, you are expected to engage with me and other people in the course about the concepts and the topics that we talk about. The purpose of the live session is just for open dialogue and to ask any questions that you might have. If you have a question, there's probably somebody else who has the same question. And if you cannot attend the live session, the video will be posted the next day. But you will have to complete the live session quiz to earn credit for it. Then you'll have to answer the questions that I asked the class during the presentation in order to receive full credit, which sometimes can be tricky because I will ask questions, not that's just on the slide, but I could ask questions that are not on the slide too as well. So that's the good thing. If you are participating in the live session, then you will usually get full credit. You always get full credit pretty much. So then you don't have to worry about answering any question that I have. to ask other students. So, important dates. So, as most of you guys know, the last day of class is approaching pretty quickly. So, I just want to go over when the last day of class is, which is Tuesday, February 5th. No assignments will be accepted after 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time for any reason. If you're having trouble trying to complete stuff, field hours stuff, please let me know as soon as possible. If I don't know, I can't help you. Per college policy, I can't accept anything after that deadline date of 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time on February 5th. Module 5 discussion responses for this week are due Saturday, February 2nd. Module 5 course project for lesson plan part 4 is due Sunday, February 3rd, along with your Module 5 field experience report that is also due on Sunday, February 3rd. And then please make sure that all field experience hours are documented and completed on this report. You must have at least 30 hours of field experience or you will not pass the course. So if you are viewing this online, make sure that you guys have that 30 hours of field experience or you will not pass the course. And then Module 6 discussion, which is due Tuesday, February 5th. You just need to write a response. No responses to peers or instructor are required, so the only thing you have to do is respond to the question, and you don't have to respond to me or anyone else. The Module 6 field experience report is also due on Tuesday, February 5th. Kind of a lot of things coming up and approaching quickly on you. How do you guys feel about that? How are things going as we are in the end of the new end of the course? If you're viewing this online, this is also some questions you will have to answer on your response for the live discussion to get full credit. How are things going? What are any reactions to Module 4? Are you guys reading the announcements each week? And do you know how your grade is in the class?
So far, so good. Like I said, I'm in Crete, Illinois, so right now we are on I guess you could say a winter lockdown, so I don't even know. I don't even know if we'll be going to school for the rest of the week. So it'll probably be cutting it close for my field hours, but you know I should be able to get them in. But other than that, everything else is going all right.
Yeah, I heard the Midwest, and I just actually came from North Dakota. I had a funeral. My grandma passed away, and that was in North Dakota. And when we left the airport, it was negative 37 degrees.
Wow.
So I get about the cold. That's pretty ridiculous going on out there in the Midwest.
Right.
Stay warm.
Call me crazy, but I miss the cold.
You miss the cold?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy because I'm from the islands. I lived in Canada for 5 years, and now I live in Florida, but I miss the cold. I hate the heat. I miss the snow, the blizzard, everything, yes.
Well, you could go visit Damien and Lakeisha that live in Illinois.
Right.
I don't mind. I probably will.
Right.
It's cold. It's cold out there. This is like wind chill advisory for like half the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to be negative 50 degrees. What's that? Tomorrow or Thursday? One of those.
Oh man, not here in Colorado. It's supposed to be. I think it was 32 degrees, and that's
Right.
one of the reasons why I locked away from North Dakota. Way too cold. Not much. Not much. It's cold here, but it's not that cold there. You guys had any key takeaways from, or any reactions from Module 4? Anything that you might have learned? You guys know your grade in the class? That's always important. All right. Seems like everyone has a pretty good understanding and grasp of these questions. So I am going to move on. Tonight's live session is probably not going to be as long as usual, just because I know a lot of you guys probably have a lot of stuff to get done as well, since it is a busy week. So I'm going to keep rolling on. I'll talk a little bit about the course project. I just wanted to take a few minutes to go over it. You will be completing your lesson plan that you've been working on all term. What you want to do is open your Module 4 Comprehensive Lesson Plan assignment. This should already include the components from the Module 2, 3, and 4 lesson plan assignments that you've done. Please begin by going through the feedback that I left you on the previous course project assignments and making any corrections or additions where necessary. You can view my feedback on previous assignments by clicking on the My Grades tab on the left side menu of the course homepage, and then clicking on the assignment. You can view in the text notes by scrolling over the highlighted areas. You can see additional notes by clicking on the rubric. And once you have made necessary corrections, you can open the Module 5 Comprehensive Lesson Plan template. You want to copy and paste the entire Module 5 template onto the bottom of your revised Module 4 Comprehensive Lesson Plan. Complete the Module 5 template and submit the assignment as one document. For additional support on how to use copy and paste to create one lesson plan, you can view the short video available in the instruction for the assignment. And if you encounter any problems as you complete this week's assignment, feel free to email me, as I know that sometimes links sometimes don't show up, and sometimes I have to contact tech support. So just let me know if you have any problems. Welcome, Tiffany. How are you? I am doing well. How's everything going as far as class stuff? Do you have any questions? Kind of partially into our live session. Just wanted to make sure that you didn't have any questions or anything at this time. Okay, perfect. Does anybody have any questions about the course project? I know it seems like a lot of information. It's really not that hard. But if you run into any obstacles, you can always email me, text me, call me, however you want to get a hold of me. I will try to respond to you as soon as I can. All right, hearing, seeing that there is no questions about this slide, I am going to move on. About learning styles, strategies, all that fun stuff. So last week in chapter 6, you guys read, hopefully you read, about the different learning styles and teaching strategies. Learning styles are how individuals perceive and process information. There are 3 sensory channels most frequently used by individuals to take in any information: seeing, hearing, and touching. With that being said, individuals who learn best by seeing are classified as visual learners. Those who learn best by hearing are classified as auditory learners. And those who learn best by touching and moving are classified as kinesthetic learners. Kinesthetic learners are usually hands-on people. My wife tells me that I am not an auditory learner because I don't listen to her very well. Anyways, not really sure why, but I feel like I listen very well, but she says that I don't. Anyways, I'm more of a kinesthetic learner. I learn by hands-on. I learn by actually doing something. I can be sometimes an observant. I am observant of details. I do enjoy writing. My wife, and maybe because I'm a poor auditory learner, she's more of an auditory learner, and she learns best by hearing and has an extended vocabulary, unlike me, and enjoys conversations. I actually don't tend to shy away from conversations, more very introverted person. She also has a great attention to detail, which is how auditory learners learn best. So, and with that being said, you know, why children have different varieties of learning that goes along in the classroom, and we try to make sure that we have a variety of learning styles to meet the learning needs of each child. You know, having said that, with these 2 questions, how do you learn, and then what strategies do you promote in children's learning? What do you use in your classroom? And if you are viewing this online or on the recording, please answer, how do you learn and why, and what strategies do you use to promote learning in the classroom? I will open it up for any conversation. So a lot of you guys are saying that you guys are visual learners. Can you tell me why do you think you're a visual learner?
For myself, I just need to see it maybe once or twice, and then that's easier for me to pick it up.
Do you use those strategies in your classroom?
Yes, I think, and the kinesthetic learning also, because with the children being able to see it done and, you know, get their hands on it at the same time, I think is easier for them because nowadays I think children have a shorter attention span. So you talking to them sometimes goes in one ear and out the other. So
Yep, I understand that. Selected hearing, they call it.
right, right.
Mhm. Yeah, so Lakeisha said she likes to see things and then follow the example, and Tiffany pretty much said the same thing too. She likes to see what's been done and follow it too. And a lot of times that, as for teachers, we show how an activity is done, and then it's kind of teacher led, and then we have the children do it. Um, you know, as growing up, that's how I learned how to do a lot of different things. As I was trying to be a visual learner, but I'm more hands-on. I actually have to do it in order for it to happen, and you doing it and seeing it kind of go hand in hand. I feel. Um, and what strategies, Lakeisha, Vignette, Tiffany, what do you guys use in your classrooms? Or if you're not in the classroom, what have you saw that is done like with the teachers? You talk about visual and auditory. What specific examples? Like, is there, I don't know, singing and dancing? Um, how do we meet each learner? Sometimes it's sign language. Do you use any sign language, Tiffany?
I used to do sign language with my toddlers 4 years ago when I had a little boy. He did talk, but his mom was an educator, and he used to do sign language when he was hungry and when he was hurt, and we teach it to the other kids.
Was it very effective?
Yeah, it helped. The other kids did get on. I mean, I was in shock, but 18 months to 25 months can learn. But a lot of people, I mean, if you're a toddler teacher, you'll be surprised how much toddlers can learn.
Yeah, they're like little sponges, aren't they?
Yeah, they learn faster than you could teach old people, honestly. But
Mhm.
I did that for a year when the little boy was in my room, but after that, I stopped. After he left, I did stop. The mom printed me a paper, and even I learn.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for sharing, Vanette.
no problem.
Same thing. Anybody have anything else about how they learn and what strategies you use to promote children's learning in the classroom? Yeah, I think as educators, we really need to be aware of all three of them and not just do one or another more than another. And, you know, the biggest thing is you need to know your children and how they learn best is the best thing you could possibly do, because then you know how to best support each child and how their learning styles and how you could teach them and what teaching strategies will do best for them for their learning. All right, I am going to move on, hearing and seeing that there's no more discussion with these questions. Once again, if you are viewing this on the recording, please answer these two questions in paragraph form. The very last thing I wanted to talk about tonight, so it's like chapter 8, there's a lot of good information regarding collaborating with families and communities, what you guys are learning about this week. From the community outreach to parent conferences to collaborating with school districts for transition to kindergarten, parent night, volunteering, different family dynamics. There's just a lot of information to gather up in chapter 8. And one thing that we need to really be aware of is that the parents are child's first teachers and are responsible for what their child knows upon entering school. I know there's a lot of expectation for infant, toddler, and preschool teachers to get these children ready for school, but at the end, it is the ultimate responsibility of the parents. Even though that sometimes you may have a kid for 8-9 hours out of the day, it is the parents' responsibility to make sure that their children know what is expected of them before they go to school. And as teachers, it's our responsibility just to be sensitive to the families that do not attend, say, different functions and are too busy for different things. With that being said, I don't know if you guys had a chance. First of all, did everybody have a chance to read either Being a Teen Mother and Single or the case study about Joseph? If not, it's not a big deal. I just wanted to ask the question. All right. So basically, we'll look at being a teen mother and single. I'm going to read the case study on it, just so you guys know what it's about. And then with that being said, I would like you guys to answer what are your thoughts regarding the case study and how does your program connect with families and the communities. I don't know if you guys have access to, if you want me to actually read it all out loud, or if you want to read it and then discuss it in a few minutes. That's completely up to you. If not, I can read it out, and then we could have a discussion upon it. Just let me know what you guys want to do. Whatever's easiest.
Whatever is easiest for you.
All right. Well, since nobody has read it, and it might be hard for you guys to go back and forth through.
I've read it. I just need a refresher course.
All right. Just let me read it out loud, and then we can answer the questions. So it says, as I reflect back and move forward, there's no doubt that I was a troubled teen. Upon graduation from high school, I found out I was pregnant. What were my options? Would life hold for my child and me? As a young indigenous working class woman, would I become another casualty of social inequities that would position my child to follow a path of poverty and disempowerment? Yes, I had a loving family, and yes, I have had personal drive, but I didn't have wealth, racial, or gender privilege. Because of my perseverance and familial love, I entered an urban community college. There I met a faculty member who helped me empower myself. Without his belief in me, I may not have been able to believe in myself. My daughter was born, and at the end of my first year, I was worried about how I could continue and care for my newborn. My mentor encouraged me to bring her to school when my family was unable to help. He would watch her in his office while I attended class, and I had an academic home. Not all my experiences were positive. Because I was a teenage mom, I was often talked down to, expected to do poorly academically, and it was assumed that I provided inadequate care for my child. For example, I was strongly encouraged by the college to attend parenting classes. Although I learned valuable information about the importance of play, had wonderful opportunities to learn songs and games with my child, I was also positioned as the teenage mother, the at-risk parent. These educators failed to understand that my lived experiences gave me an incredible life tool. I was raised by a hardworking single mother in a loving family. My parental funds of knowledge came from the loving community that cherished each child as a sacred gift. We may not have always been lavished with extravagant gifts, but we were always immersed in love. In reflecting back, I realized how much I believe in the power of fierce hopefulness through mentorship and love. For me, the stereotypical portrayals of teen moms and social inequities were what could have been my roadblocks. I urged all teachers and caregivers to examine their biases about teen moms and the social issues that impact the lives of young mothers. Every mom, as well as every child, deserves empowering spaces where they can succeed. Now, having said that, what are your guys' thoughts regarding the case study?
Well, she definitely took the positive, turned the negatives into a positive. She had good family values. She also had a good friend and a counselor that helped her while she was in school. She didn't let as we call them, the haters deter her from what it was she was trying to do. So that speaks a lot about her uh, self-esteem, her self-confidence.
Yeah, her character seems pretty strong, doesn't it? Yeah, she's definitely stereotyped. Thanks for sharing, Tiffany. I think that I really think that sometimes when people say that you will never make it or you're a failure, kind of gives you a chip on that shoulder to be like, well, yeah, I will prove you wrong. I will do it, and I will beat this adversity and just, overcome anything. What's your thoughts regarding the case study vignette? Now, as we look at the second question, and if you are viewing this recording online, please answer these two questions in paragraph form. How does your program connect with families and the communities? I know for us, for Head Start, we do a lot of different outreach and stuff to connect with the community. At the end of the year, we have a big cultural festival for the whole county, which draws hundreds and hundreds of people to free food, dancing, book swaps, just different learning activities for all the children in the community. We also do different programs like Mother Read, Father Read, which teaches parents of low-income families how to pretty much teach their own child, kind of like the home base instruction program, where it teaches their child how to do different activities with the children. We also do a lot of yoga stuff and physical activity stuff in our program, which is really good. So there's a lot of different ways that we do connect with the families at Head Start. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot of unique things that you guys do in your guys' programs, which is always fun to hear. So, having said that, what does your program, how do you guys connect with your families and communities? And it looks like I already have some answers. Yay. That's good to know. Thanks for sharing, Tiffany. You guys do a lot of bi-weekly parent meetings. That's really good. I wish we actually would do bi-weekly meetings with our parents. A lot of times it's different people picking up their a child, a guardian or a grandma or something. So we don't always have that luxury of doing the bi-weekly parent meetings, but that is a good idea. Co-drives, Halloween parties. We can't actually do that for Head Start because we are a federally funded program, which doesn't allow us to celebrate in that fashion. Muffins with mom, yeah, that makes me laugh, Lakeisha. We used to have muffins with mom at preschool I used to work with, and donuts with his dad. Right away in the morning.
We do like family luncheons. We did like a family dinner for Thanksgiving. We have monthly book reports that we ask the parents or family members to help the child pick out and kind of help them along. with the book report. This month we're doing a family science fair. It'll probably get postponed to next week because of the weather, but that's what we're working on now, is the family science fair. As far as the community goes, we just did a live session with the Chicago Blackhawks where they came in, talked to the kids about the importance of school. They did a little teaching of hockey and things along that nature. In March, we have another outing, and it will be with the Chicago White Sox, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, you guys have the hookup, Damien. How do you guys get all these professional people in?
Well, we have our coordinator. She works real hard at, trying to, do something different, give the kids something to look forward to, since everybody loves some type of sport. So, but, we try to tie it in also with, learning and, development, things of that nature.
That's awesome. That's great to hear that your program does that. You guys all seem like you guys have a lot of fun, different activities that your guys' programs do. And for me, that's like, I like to get, we as educators, we try to learn from one another. And it's good to see what people, especially across the nation, do with different things that they do to connect with families. And I like that you guys have all such a different variety of things that you do, which is, it's really great to hear. I might need to get your coordinator in there, Damien.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she could hook us up with the Denver Broncos or something cool like that.
Elway was and John Elway was definitely in the news today too, so that might help out.
Anyone have anything else to share?
In the center, I work for 3 times a year. We do parents and teachers conference, letting the parents know how the children grow from fall, winter, and spring, the learning, different stuff. We do a portfolio with pictures and let the parents know what they did. And we also, too, at the end of the school year, we do culture that each child, parents come in with a food from the culture and talk about how they was raised. And for the holidays, our child care is next to a Shady Rest nursing home. Halloween and Christmas, the kids go over there for trick or treat and sing them Christmas carols with their parents. And we do lots of field trips with our community. And we get help from funders, from government, different programs come in and donate money. And Thanksgiving and Christmas, our child care is with the police officers, and they always donate baskets and toys for our parents and kids.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is so great to hear that you guys connect with the communities and the communities donate stuff. My father-in-law actually is a regional manager for Salvation Army, and he kind of works with our Head Start a little bit of making sure that each child receives a gift, and no child is left hungry by giving meals and stuff. That's awesome.
It is. We do actually have someone coming Tuesday and Thursday and try to help the parents, because not everybody could get food stamps and Medicaid, but it's other churches people don't know about, because sad to say we have kids who have died, parents were frustrated and didn't mean to take the anger out of the kids. So this has been going on for 5 years. We do have a program, and Publix do help out a lot, and Targets.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that there's so much support in the community
Yeah.
that you guys work at. And
Yeah.
that's just, it's awesome that you guys have so much going on. Really does show the families that you guys are connecting, and your programs do connect, and you do really value the children and the families. Well, that pretty much wraps it up, guys. That's about all I have for tonight. You guys can ask any questions if you want in this session, and anything that comes up. Everybody who has participated in the live session, you guys will all get full credit tonight for participating. If you are viewing this online or on the recording, please make sure to answer all the questions that all your other fellow colleagues have answered for the live session to receive full credit. Yeah, I'm just going to open up for any questions. Does anybody have any questions? All right, well, hearing and seeing that there is no questions, if you guys do have questions as they come up, you could always feel free to give me a text, shoot me off an email and course messages. Just let me know if you are having any barriers. If not, it was good to know all of you guys a little bit more better and to, you know, continue on your endeavors for your schooling and whatever goals that you guys have. I will wish you guys all the best, and especially you guys in the Midwest, stay warm. Don't freeze.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
You too.
You too.
Thank you.